2, 1. We're live.
Welcome back, everybody, to This Is Difficult. I literally have nothing clever to say right now, so welcome to the show. I am your
That's a new one.
That's a new one. Yeah, we're cool guys, maybe to some of you at least, and we definitely play video games and talk about video game related subject matter. Video game. And then, yeah, I'm your co-host, Lord Yeshua. I'm Josh. You're on Paul's channel. That's Ryugami-san in the flesh. Another letdown. The other side, that's Zach. And we're here to talk about our week full of stuff. Let me just say I am shredded from work, everyone. So,
dude,
absolutely like paper shredded my whole life. And it's great. I'm loving my job. I'm like so fucking dead.
The Paper Mario reference?
That's a Paper Mario reference.
I think it was.
Fax travel. When I heard that, I almost put the controller down. That's in the game.
Of course you did.
They're like fax travel, and the toad is literally like fax travel. Get it? And Mario's just like, and I'm like, all right, can I handle this joke?
Oh man. That's
but anyway,
wild.
welcome everyone. I'm gonna pass the ball to Paul. It's my favorite thing, and start us on off. We talk about things. Let's talk about them.
Let's talk about things. Yeah. Well, let's. Yeah. How was everyone's week? It sounds like everyone's, kind of burnt from work.
I didn't play any
dude,
games
it was
once
a
work
week.
started.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really intense. I literally played no games once my first day of work started, and like until like tonight, I'm gonna stream with Colin after this. But like, now I had no energy or I also went out a little this week because
Oh, that's good.
my state opened back up. It's like kind of fucking amazing again. I'm like, wow, there's attractive women. You can see their face. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just different. It's cool being back to kind of semi-normal, I guess.
Yeah.
I got to see my family for the first time. Well,
Nice.
I've seen my parents a couple times, but like I got to hug my brother for the first time in almost a year.
I still haven't seen my family since the thing started. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been
I
crazy,
didn't let my life be on hold for a year. That's crazy.
I mean,
I didn't hold, but my city is like closed down.
I get you. I get you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I didn't personally change a whole lot because I don't.
Oh yeah,
hang out with all that many
this
people
is my
anyway.
life. This is our lives normally.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother, because he works like so closely, he's a solar installation technician of some kind.
Wow.
And so he works in really tight quarters with a lot of people, and he had to put his life on hold.
Yeah, sucks.
So it's a long story, not worth telling, but he hasn't been present at our family gatherings for over a year.
Wow.
And I finally got to see him today. It felt so
crazy.
good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna go visit my brother next week.
I'm gonna go right now.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
I don't have a
So
brother.
Adam on the podcast?
There you go. Yeah, bring him on.
I don't know. That's a good.
I'm
It
saying,
depends on how
I
long
got
I'm
him
out there. I don't know that I'm staying out
do
there
it.
that long.
Fair enough.
It really depends though, because in theory, I mean, if I stay out there through Sunday, because I could, it's whatever day weekend.
Yeah,
Is it
true.
Labor Day or Memorial Day?
Memorial Day. Yeah.
I always confuse the two for some reason.
Oh, dude, right?
I don't know why. It's like the same
Because they're
holiday, but
functionally
one's in the
celebrating
spring
the
and one's in
same
the
thing,
fall.
right?
but
Labor
like,
Day and what's the other one already?
Memorial
Day.
Day. Yeah. I
One
mean, you're not
celebrates
really
us
celebrating the same
working.
thing, but like, I don't.
But they're kind of.
It's
Labor Day?
functionally
What
the
a
same
fucked up-
holiday for most
Honestly,
people.
Labor
It's a
Day
day
is
off.
like-
It's a
Yeah.
gosh darn day off.
I don't get those days off. Fuck. It's like, oh, labor. Work twice as hard. That sounds good.
Dude,
Yeah.
my week in 2 weeks, I've got day off, day on, day off, day on, day on.
It's so weird. I
Yeah,
hate when they split up my days like that.
It's like a weird
because
song.
we're one of those days is a class trip, but like,
Mm.
what am I really gonna do? Kids go away and do things in Faneuil Hall for like 3 hours. I'm gonna go hang out at Newberry Comics. You know where to find me.
You're playing Pokemon Snap in a tree.
Hell yeah!
Sounds awesome.
Speaking of which, you guys play any games this week? It sounds
I
like
thought you were gonna say I got Pokemon Snap. Speaking
No.
of which, I got,
Oh, dude, I
damn it.
was ready for it.
You really need to, dude. I can't
One of
believe
these
I
days,
haven't
we're gonna
even-
get Paul on this
can't
game.
believe- Just play
I think I
Adam.
need to try it first.
Yeah, it
Because
sounds
here's the
true.
thing, like I
Sounds
don't
like Adam is
have
getting it.
any desire to get it right now. I'm not
And
gonna.
But
neither
it's
did I until I
so
was playing it.
good.
That's a lie.
really
You
is
expressed
so
your interest in getting it on the
I
show.
was literally like, okay, I think I'm gonna get it. How could it be bad? Like more like trusting Nintendo that it was gonna be good. And I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
okay. I wasn't like genuinely like, damn, I need to play this shit now. Like, I need this, until I played it and I was like, okay, I'm glad I decided to get this just out of sheer curiosity and want to play a potentially good Nintendo game.
Yeah.
And it surprised the shit out of me.
Oh my
Like,
God.
it's absolutely
so
incredible.
good.
I'm in
I
the post
just
game
unlocked
now.
the Ice World, and
Ice World.
like just before I left for my parents, and I'm like, I gotta play that right now.
Yeah, without spoiling for anyone, especially Zach, there is a lot of post-game content in this that is really actually exciting. So it's one of those scenarios where certain things don't, I guess the word without spoiling would be unlock until after you beat the game. And I'm like, that's very good, because then you can replay all the levels again and it feels
I will say that is probably the best thing they could have done with that game. Because the original, there was no real like foresight into replayability.
You need to forget about the original.
No, I know.
Literally, like, the only carryover from the original is Todd.
I will never play the original again. Except for maybe one time, some nostalgia. But like, it was like frustrating the last time I streamed that, and it took 2 hours to literally beat every level in the game. That's not possible here. There are so many different levels, B variations to each level, and like different settings. It's like crazy. Each map has like realistically like 6 or 7 courses. It's crazy.
Right.
And there are a lot of
right. Because like you sign on to do one of like 3 things, and you're like, no, I'm taking this route this time, and then this route this time, and
that's
it's
true.
Totally different.
Even the same exact map on the same like quote unquote route, you go like you can take a split path, and there are multiple secret paths in each one, and of course each new area has new Pokemon and different vantage points, and really cool.
Paul, it's so good. You need to get on this game.
Adam's gonna buy it. It sounds like, so you should play his at least.
Legit.
But you have to start from the beginning, kind of, because it really feeds you things incrementally, because it's kind of overwhelming. If you just like jumped into my file, you'd be like,
oh, you'd be totally over your head.
This would be too much. Yeah, it really feeds you things slowly, and it's nice.
Paul has given up. Josh and I have gone off on the Pokemon Snap tangent.
What else did we play about? What else did we play? So yeah, Pokemon Snap. I guess I'm talking. I don't know. Pokemon Snap. We all played Mario 3D World, which was incredibly fun. It was really fun.
So much fun. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fun. I speedran Bowser's Fury the next day, which was really fun. I beat it in 1:45, which I thought was really good, until I saw the world record of 28 minutes and 14 seconds. And I watched that whole thing. It is godly. Like one of the sexiest speedruns I've ever seen in Mario, sheerly because there are no loading doors at all in this entire game. No loading anything. So you were literally just like, how fast can you fucking get shine after shine after shine? Sometimes this dude was getting like 5 shines in a minute. Like it was literally like boom, 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 boom. Absolutely sexy. And you can skip all cutscenes in the entire game. You can skip any loading sequence at all, which is really just animations usually. You can skip all of it. So that game is great. Did we review it or not? Did we?
We did. You did when you reviewed it. You did it as one package.
Pretty sure I gave it a 10.
I'm pretty confident you gave it very close to a 10. Yeah,
I think it's a 10.
You just did like the one package.
You know what we should do?
It is a 10. Honestly, it really is.
We should compile our reviews and our scores and put them somewhere. We've never really thought about doing that.
Yeah, Marvel, like, can you tell we're flying without a parachute tonight? Is that the metaphor?
Captain?
I don't even know.
Maybe captain.
Flying without a pilot tonight.
Pilot, that's the word. Yeah. I'm like, what's a captain for a ship? Wait.
No.
Shamali,
time out.
Get on that thing.
Shamali is not the pilot. Shamali is the navigator.
Flying without a navigator. Yeah. That's the metaphor.
Sailing without a navigator. Do you even need a navigator in a plane? Because they're like,
I don't know. They've got a co-pilot. They've got like stewardesses and stuff.
It's not like they're like tapping on the compass anymore, and they're like, yes, west, due west, everyone. It was like literally just a GPS. I'm pretty sure. But
marvelous. Like, Paul has completely lost control of me and Josh.
Oh yeah, we're gone. That's what happens. But
I was saying to my wife on the way, because I was coming directly here from my parents, I was like, "Poor Paul tonight."
No, you're good, man. Hey, what games did you play this week, my guy?
So aside from Pokemon Snap, the only other game that I really played was Batman Arkham Knight. I finally started Arkham Knight, and it's basically the Grand Tour game with Batman.
Huh.
There's so much driving the Batmobile. It's
too much.
Probably too much, but it's also really fun. And for 2 hours straight on stream, I was just doing a Jeremy Clarkson impression, and it felt great.
I'm sure you can fly around eventually.
Are you doing like reviews?
Oh yeah, no,
I
mean, there's plenty of gliding and stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
Did you do like an in-depth review, like Jeremy Clarkson style review of the Batmobile?
Not yet, but it's coming. Like I'm going to be doing like that's almost definitely going to happen this week.
Yeah, that kind of has to happen, right?
I just like I did the Top Gear intro like tonight. I drive a whatever. Sure. Hammond gets away in a cop car. And and I was just going over the top, but yeah, no, I will probably properly review the Batmobile as a car coming up on probably this week.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, and Robin took ballet.
Oh yeah, I get that. The Joker laid an egg.
Richard Hammond took ballet classes.
Yeah. Joker laid an egg. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I will.
Batmobile loses a wheel.
Almost definitely.
We all know that's not possible.
It's definitely happened a couple of times.
Like a rocket launcher, maybe.
Yeah, right. Like Joker's blown it up plenty of times.
Oh yeah, he did blow it up in
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Bat Pod escaped. Anyway, so yeah, I will. So expect that on this week's stream. I will do a proper Jeremy Clarkson review of the Batmobile.
You need to make sure you clip that stuff. And
I will stick RPD on that right away. Yeah, for sure.
That was funny.
But that's really the only other game that I played this week. Nice. I watched a bunch of Paul playing things, and Chamali and Adam and I worked on Og's stuff for Tabletop Simulator. But like, yeah, no, Arkham Knight. I did finish Harley Quinn's Revenge for Arkham City.
How was that?
It was really fun. I didn't realize how close I was. Honestly, I probably could have finished it the last stream, but whatever, I didn't know. Yeah. So it was good. It was really fun.
Very cool.
How about you, Paul?
Well, we did the This Is Difficult versus Mario 3D World stream. That was a lot of fun. That was our second official podcast gaming show.
Yeah.
It went much better than the first one.
The internet was pretty good, except for Champions Road was a little laggy.
Yeah, Champions Road was surprisingly laggy. There were a couple of segments where I was like, I have to bubble up for this because there's no.
Yeah, there was some weird lag there, but overall it was still a blasty, and it was it was a much more successful stream than the first one. So that was cool. That was exciting to do that. What else happened this week? I've been on a huge Metroidvania kick. Specifically like Castlevania and Castlevania like I finished a couple weeks ago. I talked about it on the show, Aria of Sorrow, on the Game Boy Advance.
Aria of Sorrow.
Yes.
Oh.
Did I say something different?
Sorry.
Does that mean you're
Aria of
fighting
Sorry
with Needle the whole time and beating up on White Walkers?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
I get it.
We like double meaning jokes here.
Yes. It's one of the Game Boy Advanced Castlevania games, and it's so good. It's really good. It's really good. Really, all the ones on Game Boy Advance are good. The first one is my probably least favorite. I forget what the name. I think it's called Circle of the Moon.
That sounds about right.
And then the second one is Harmony of Dissonance, and that's probably my favorite, though arguably Aria of Sorrow is a better game. I think that Harmony of Dissonance is just my favorite because of nostalgia. Because that's the first Castlevania game I ever beat.
Wait, we're getting one for the Switch. Am I wrong?
I think that's correct. I thought I heard that.
I think we actually got that. Damn it, Chamali, where are you? I think we actually got that spoiled. Oh, Zach's giving me a quick look.
That is news to me.
I think that was a Nintendo announcement already. What we got, Zach?
There is Limited Run Games is re-releasing a bunch of Castlevania stuff.
No. So I actually have that
as of yet.
The Castlevania Anniversary Collection.
Maybe that's what it is.
And I actually have that on my Switch. And I actually got it this week because I was freaking obsessed with Castlevania games. This game has, hold on, let me see if I can get out to the fucking, how do I is there a here we go. Boop 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 boop. Exit. Yes. All right. So this has Castlevania, Simon's Quest, Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 4 or Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Adventure, which is the Game Boy one or the first Game Boy one, Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge is the second Game Boy one. Castlevania Bloodlines and the New Generation. Kid Dracula, and then it's got like 2 bonus books, like a Japanese version and I think that's just like an art gallery and crap like that.
Wait, how much is that?
Forget what I paid for it. Maybe $19 or something like that.
That's super worth it for
maybe $30. I don't know. Either way, it's worthwhile if you're into Castlevania games. The main game that I've been playing this week though, is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is kind of the spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And it's very good. I think that there's some polished things, and this could be because I'm playing it on the Switch, and I know the Switch version had some issues. But there's some polished things that I would say, could have done better when comparing it to like Castlevania games. But it's still an awesome game, and like it very much is a Castlevania game. Like it's not called Castlevania, but it very freaking much is a Castlevania game. Now, I would say that I think they did a better job with the Nintendo style ones that they did, the Curse of the Moon ones and Curse of the Moon 2. But like all 3 of these games are fucking rad, and it's just been really fun to play through that. I've almost 100%ed it. So like that's really cool. And yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that. I've kind of dipped my toes in a few other games like Metroid Fusion. What I play this week on stream?
Returnal, right?
No, I didn't play Returnal this week. I kind of swore off. Well, maybe I did. Like I think I played my last Returnal game this week, and I'm swearing that off on stream. Not because it's not an awesome game. I still think it's an awesome game, but I am not skilled enough to really enjoy playing it on stream.
I badly want to play this game, honestly.
Yes.
This is probably
me too.
It's like the only new gen game, AAA game, like that I want to play right now.
Yeah,
like, at all.
It's a really fucking awesome game. But it's a game that I want to try and like
on PlayStation.
Yeah, maybe if I play it off stream and like really get good at it, I might revisit it on stream.
That's what you should do, yeah.
Yeah, but like as of right now, I think like just in general, roguelikes are not great games for me personally to play on stream.
Honestly, you were describing to me, I like forgot how horrible they were. I can't really think of any roguelike that I like really am like, oh, this is like the best game. Like I don't know, none of them are like in my repertoire.
So
none of them hit the best game status, but they hit good game status.
This game definitely looks like a great game.
I would say the 2 that really stand out for most people are Hades and
which I haven't played yet.
Yeah, what was the one that I mentioned to you earlier? Dead Cells.
Which I haven't played yet.
So Hades and Dead Cells are rad. This is the first like fully 3D.
Yeah, it's the first AAA like roguelike.
AAA like freaking gorgeous, super fun. Like I don't know, it's an awesome game. I can't say anything bad about the game. It's just I'm bad at it, and that's what's kind of slowing me down here. And it's a bummer that anytime I die, I got to start over. Like that's just not conducive for a stream because like.
Well, it's frustrating.
It's frustrating, and everyone's gonna, watch me go through basically the same level over and over again, even though it changes every time you go.
Yeah.
There's not like that much variation in like the first, biome, and then you're always fighting the same boss. So
this is why I don't think it's like the exact same reason I don't think Pokemon Snap is the best game to stream, because like literally doing the same runs over and over again, even though it is different to you, but I think the audience just would be like,
it would look very samey to anybody just observing over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at with this. So I think I'm gonna find different games to stream during the week. Well, Adam and I are starting. No.
You never played that, did you?
I did not. I did not. I do want to at some point. I just
It's
haven't.
so
Gotten,
good.
yeah.
I'm trying to get Colin to play it too, because
Yeah.
like Paper Mario. Come on.
Yeah. I think Colin should play it, but I think Colin's a little too set in his ways to like really accept that.
I really had to make myself play that game.
No, I know you
like,
did, and I'm proud of you for that, because like you got past your prejudices and you really enjoyed that game. Yeah. Even though it wasn't, the sequel to Paper, 1,000-Year Door that you wanted. It was still a really great game in and of itself. And
I think I gave it an 8.3 or something, like 8.5 maybe.
I mean, it was a pretty high grade regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was being generous.
Point is, Colin, on the other hand, I don't think would be as accepting of it. And this is based on how he feels about
1,000-Year.
Well, no, not even that. I was gonna say Mario Galaxy. Or not Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Honestly, can't believe he doesn't like that. It really doesn't make any sense.
It's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense.
But he likes Bowser's Fury like it's like the best to him. So I'm like, I feel like Odyssey and Bowser's Fury are really close. Although I gotta give it to Bowser's Fury, guys. Like this, after playing it the first time, I like didn't remember it all as well. I feel like because I played it so long. It took me like 10 hours because I 100%ed it, maybe like 8 hours. This time I beat it in an hour and 45 minutes and got to see the whole game at once really quick and get a good quick assessment. And I was like, yeah, this game is fucking flawless. Like this is the direction Nintendo needs to take Mario. Like it's so
imagine that with co-op. They need to make that co-op.
I was so sad when I found out it wasn't actually co-op. I was like, oh, cool. They can.
I mean, that's legitimately what we were hoping to do for This Is Difficult versus Super Mario World.
That's that's what we thought was because we all thought that was the also co-op. As well as Mario 3D World. Not that Mario 3D World wasn't fun to do co-op. That's
it was super fun. Here's a concept I don't know if they've like thought of in gaming, but like I guess some people have probably done this, but it's just not as done. Split screen is a thing. Okay. Then Mario 3D World has everyone gets the same square, right? Okay. And the camera kind of tracks and you all see the same screen. Why the fuck can't everyone have their own screen like Call of Duty or some shit? Like why can't I just have my own screen? And you have your own screen. Like, I don't get that. But, like, you see them when they run by.
Picture things. Like, here's the person who's the furthest in front. And then that way you can see what they're doing.
Let me pause you. In regards to 3D World, I think the reason we don't have that is because the co-op was originally designed to be local only. And
yes, it was. Yeah.
So, like, and they wanted everyone on the same screen.
Which I didn't think that was an issue because it has the bubbling and like it brings everyone back to this one square focal point. I'm like, okay, they actually kind of executed that well. But continuing. Yeah.
So, I was just gonna say if they designed that from the ground up today, they probably would have given everyone their own screen.
And then you can just run through the level how you see fit. You know, it's cool that it keeps you guys together, though. I like really like that. It's like really a team effort to beat each level.
Kind
but,
of.
Like Bowser's Fury,
unless you're playing with Colin and Josh, and you guys are flying at light speed.
We're at the flagpole. We just started.
Here's Paul and me like farting around on the first part of the level.
Yeah, trying to remember the controls and shit. And you guys are like,
oh yeah, it's a good point.
At the freaking.
It's so fun though.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like I watched the first part of that stream back and I was like, oh my god, Paul and I are very clearly like, okay, what does this button do? And Josh and Colin are like,
yeah.
Exactly. I just don't see why like co-op is so. I'm sure there are lots like talking with my mod community and all that, the Lost Mod people and all that stuff. It's very difficult to add existing or add things that didn't exist. Basically, like you're adding an entire another player. And that can like crash the game, like can like prevent it and break it, like prevent it from working completely. So like every time they add what are called like puppets, which is like player 2, then becomes like they have to get like a character puppet that can actually live in that world, and then that causes all sorts of other problems, right? But like once you get that, like the games can coincide. Is like how we're doing it with the mods at least. So okay, like 3D World really does a good job of that as well. Like even if it's all on the same screen. So I'm wondering like what is holding the gaming community back from making every fucking game possible co-op? Why isn't Breath of the Wild co-op? Why isn't Odyssey co-op? Why aren't these games co-op? And then the other person just runs and does whatever they want. Like, why can't that just be a thing? I don't get it.
Well, you look at something like Mercenary Kings, which that's exactly how it operates. It's like Chamali and Adam can go
wherever,
aggressively after the main point, and Paul and I can go harvest stuff somewhere, and
you're in the same file
totally
still.
feels like we are contributing. I mean, we are contributing. We are 100% contributing to the game.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like, even if it's like Breath of the Wild, I think would be like a cool concept to be co-op, because then it's like I'm over here in the mountains like collecting orange shit. Like,
so
I'm over
this
here.
might be like controversial
could.
to this group. Maybe I don't want a Zelda game to be multiplayer. Period.
I don't either.
I see the value. Fair. I see like the fun in you guys doing the co-op Zelda stuff, like the mods and stuff.
Maybe
like,
that's why
I really enjoy that Zelda is a single player adventure.
I do too.
That I'm going on. You know?
I think part of that though. Wanted to
but Mario games, on the other hand, I would be totally happy with every single Mario game going forward being co-op. You know,
well, part of the Zelda experience though is like, hey, this is a new thing. I want to try this out. But once you've mastered that and you know what you're doing, like honestly, Zelda is
when it comes in handy.
Very easy to memorize. Almost all of them. I can pretty clearly tell you exactly what to do in the 3, maybe 4 most recent Zelda games that I've played.
All of them for me.
Right. Well, that's right.
Turtle Rock.
Well, okay, sure. But
I got Turtle Rock on the Game Boy or on Link's Awakening. I got that down. I got it down.
But
I do not.
It's hard, but like it's okay. It's actually not hard. It's more long than it is hard.
Yeah.
You know it.
So I'm like,
realize what I was like.
Once you have that unlock, you're now looking for a new challenge, and that's where the second player comes into play.
Yeah,
but the first time I sit down and play a Zelda game, I want that to be totally new and different to me.
Yeah. I think it would be cool that like games like Zelda and stuff like that, a second player doesn't add any tactical or like real advantage aside from they can also play in that same file. And sure, they can collect at the same time, but like maybe you would even have to like rejoin for story missions and stuff like that. Like it would only allow both players, so it like makes you stick together, so no one's just like beating the game without you. Regardless, I totally agree. It's definitely a very personal experience. Zelda is sacred to me, but there's something about it. Like, I played Ocarina of Time hundreds of times, and now being able to play it co-op with Colin, I'm like, this just adds something, and it still is Zelda. It's so rich and unique.
Yeah,
like, it's almost a better game in my opinion, like being co-op. But I'm not going to say necessarily it is. But
so I don't
not
think
your first
that
time around though.
See, and that's where it is. Like, I don't mind them. Like, if they were to do like add a mode in every Zelda game that once you beat the game, it unlocks 4 Swords Adventures for that fucking game.
Once you beat it, yes.
Like you get like, because they've done it before. They've done like the 4 Swords. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
like it's a new game plus mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they should remake that this year and make it online. Holy shit!
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Okay,
that'd be cool.
Sorry. This is the year to do it. Oh my god, I would play the shit out of that. Holy fuck.
That would be another This Is Difficult, really great.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
That'd be so good. That game runs on the same principle. That runs on the same principle camera-wise as 3D World does also, which I really respect too, because like that shows that like Zelda can be co-op in these cooperative. That's like more like focused on the co-op. It's not just like here's a second player in Link to the Past. Like, okay, here's your second player. It's like a game tailored around this experience, which is like fucking gorgeous. I think. Yeah.
All the puzzles are designed for co-op and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why can't I move this block? Oh, I need 3 more people to help me move this block. Or however many players. And that's the other thing. If you only had 2 people, it would acclimate to make everything only 2 people required. If you have all 4 people, I've done this, it requires all 4 people for the puzzles. So like changes based on how many people you're playing with, which is awesome.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be rad. But
really
yeah, so
rad.
like, but yeah, before I wouldn't want to be dragged through a Zelda game like with a friend or something. You know,
first
what I mean?
time I'd be like, this is not personal. It's very personal. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Man, that was we got a review today.
We ranted without Chamali with the notes.
Yeah, without Chamali being like, "Hey, idiots,
stop!"
Get back on topic.
We have a format.
Without him, we just talk about Zelda untethered. You know,
exactly. So, Zach, I believe you are the guy this week.
I am.
Is that correct?
You're the guy.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Let me switch over to the review screen, and you can tell us what you're
having gameplay for your review that you did. What's like literally never stream the games I review. It's so shitty.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah, you do.
You really do.
You really do.
They're often games that I like have a personal connection with and stream off or play off stream because I'm like I really want to savor this.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of lucky we have footage of this because it is one of my favorites.
It's one of those. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Paul, we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, I see Batman. He's ripped.
All right. So originally, my plan was to play all 4 Batman Arkham Asylum games and review them all at once. And then as I started playing them, I realized they're actually very different from each other. This one happens to be frightfully similar to one other. This time around, I'm going to review Arkham Origins, which was sort of the black sheep of the bunch. It got a really bad rep because it wasn't made by Rocksteady. It was instead made by Warner Brothers Interactive, Warner Brothers Montreal, and Splash Damage, released on October 25th, 2013. So
what is Splash Damage?
I presume some. Yeah,
I've never heard of that company.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's functionally the same engine as any other Batman Arkham Asylum game. And it uses the same sort of open world concept as Arkham City. But it tells the story of Batman sort of just starting out. As a matter of fact, you start the game as Bruce Wayne.
Dope.
And yeah, which is really cool. I frankly didn't expect that. I had
That's
played
awesome, honestly.
a few minutes of it off stream just to sort of be like, okay, what am I expecting here? And I just immediately fell back completely head over heels in love with it. It's the same, just kind of hammer the X button on the Xbox controller, and occasionally press Y to block an attack combat system that you would expect from an Arkham game. But it does feel clunky, which works in the favor of this particular game because you are a very brand new Batman. It's not as tight as Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. There's definitely not as much going on, but there are just as dynamic villains. The villains feel very green to you, as if they're just starting out as well. You fight Firefly at one point, and it's super fun. You have to like grapple the flight suit that Firefly's using. I think it's Firefly. I don't know. Batman, there's so many Batman villains.
Yeah, Firefly is a Batman villain.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
grapple him down
and
like
a pyro
guy.
At least in the cartoon.
I remember the animated series now. Yeah. That show's so good.
So you grapple him, and then you're like tugging on him while he's flailing around on the bat grapple line or whatever you're calling it. And eventually you slam him into the ground and beat the tar out of him. And you have to like stealth your way around this whole like platforming bit. There's stalker what do they call them? I call them stalker missions, but they're predator missions. And you have to take down people quietly and pretend like you're not there. It's, I mean, any game in the Arkham series, feels like you're Batman. This one really does a bang up job feeling like you're a brand new Batman. You upgrade the suit as you go, you learn new techniques, you unlock new gadgets, you even steal a couple of gadgets.
A lot less powerful early on.
You definitely feel a lot less powerful early on.
That's good. I think.
Do you feel like when you play the other games and then playing this, you're like, wait, I feel like I should have all these things that are just not included, or does it become like better eventually? We're getting
better than that, Josh. You unlock a whole bunch of stuff in Origins and then have to re-unlock it in Asylum and City because you've stolen those gadgets from various villains. Now you have to develop them yourself.
That's sick.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
Now I get you. I see what you're saying.
And at first I was like, I'm playing Arkham City. I had the grapple accelerator 2 games ago. What gives? And then they give you a specific plot reason in Arkham City, which came out before Arkham Origins, but the writers of Arkham Origins took enough effort to really pay attention to why you're unlocking those gadgets in Arkham City and how they can work them in a game that takes place beforehand.
Nice.
That's very cool.
It is
That's really good attention to detail.
Masterfully done. Especially for a game that wasn't made by the original developers. You can get it on, any major platform. It came out on PC, Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii U. It's $20 on Steam, but you can also get it as part of the Batman Arkham collection, which I did. I got it on sale. I think I got all 4 games for $20.
Damn.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah, it feels like Batman. Possibly more than the other 3. You feel like you're embodying the role of a street level defender that at the same time can compete on the same level as Superman, Green Lantern, whomever, the Justice League. There were definitely some things that I didn't love about it. There were some convoluted missions that just seemed like grindy garbage. There were some fights that were like you had to do a very specific thing to get out of that just kind of seemed stupid. There were some bits where I was like, I have to go all the way into this part of the dungeon. I say dungeon, whatever.
We get
temple,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
I have to go all the way into this thing,
that
complete a stalker mission or a predator mission, and then go all the way back out to the beginning, beat up a bunch of thugs, and then go all the way back into it, an hour later in the game. That seemed a little stupid to me. They were reusing a lot of environments, but every fight felt important, and every interaction with every object in the game felt important. It felt like I was taking down Penguin. There was a great bit where Penguin was just stuck in a block of ice and you had to interrogate him. It's just a quick time event, but the writing and the voice acting and the animation all really worked. The voice acting didn't necessarily always match with the mouths. That was frustrating, and we kind of riffed on that in chat. It's annoying, but it really doesn't matter. You said
it's a 2013 game, though?
Exactly.
Common back then.
Right. There was nothing wrong with it for the time. It came out during a time where I wasn't really playing a whole lot of games. Like I'd played Arkham Asylum and I'd played Arkham City a bunch. Arkham City probably, one of the games that I've played the most over the years. But somehow I missed this one. I guess I just wasn't playing games at the time. So this was a new experience for me. And there was a great bit at the very end where Mr. Freeze who is functionally the big bad of the game, rips a thug off the floor and just throws him into the wall. Like, why aren't you taking down Batman? It was utterly brutal. And the chat and I just absolutely busted a gut. We were laughing so hard about it because it was so perfectly done and so perfectly Mr. Freeze. There's a great bit of DLC where you have to better understand why Mr. Freeze is the way he is, which feeds directly into Arkham City. We were able to draw some really cool connections there. Again, Arkham City came out before Arkham Origins, which means that the devs had to pay a lot of attention. The gameplay was unbelievably fun. I had an absolute ball of the time playing it. The art and the graphics were nothing to write home about, but the suits and the upgrades and the fact that your costume changes depending on how far you are into the game, like it gets bullet holes and stuff, the more fights you get into, really worked in its favor. So clearly artists took their time and paid attention. The music was this is actually an interesting bit. The music was DMCA struck.
Oh.
Yep.
Bummer.
I had to mute the music on stream because it's all like based on the Danny Elfman stuff from the Tim Burton Batman movies.
Okay.
So I actually had
Warner
to mute the music.
Brothers was like,
yeah,
hey,
you can't do that. So you can't stream the Batman games without muting your music unless you're okay getting DMCA struck. So what I ended up doing is pumping in some tabletop audio music, just stock sounds from an Asylum, which I've continued doing throughout my Arkham streams. It's not perfect.
Move, yeah.
Yeah, but it allows me to continue watching them. It allows the footage that you see behind us. The sound design is great, on arguably some of the best. When you punch a villain, it feels like you're punching a villain because of the thwack sound. It's a great hybridization between modern Batman and even as early as Adam West 1960s Batman.
Yes.
It really feels like you're smacking a guy in the face. Every move you make has a slightly different sound effect. It's brilliant.
That's very nice.
The Foley artists knocked it out of the park.
And see, with no music, you're still,
yeah, you still feel like you're in it.
Yeah,
and that's
this is our
really
last week's topic. The sound design, very important.
Exactly last week's topic.
True.
They did a brilliant job.
Yeah.
How long did it take me? It took me a few weeks of 2-hour streams apiece.
Like 20 hours.
Not even that. It's probably the shortest of all the Batman games, of all the Arkham games. But it tells the story that it needs to. And that's way more important than specifically focusing on how long it took me. I mean, I could open up my Steam stats and tell you, actually, I will do that right now. But, that's really quite immaterial. I've played that game for 30 hours, but that's including side quests and just like the random brawler stuff that it has you do outside of the game. I would say it probably took me 16, maybe 17 hours.
Okay.
So not quite 20 hours, not quite a full what you would expect from a AAA title, but still more than enough to be worthy of a clearly very high grade. Would I play a sequel? I mean, hell yeah, I did.
You played them all.
Like I'm in the middle of Arkham Knight. Yeah, I'm playing sequels. It's great. So was the game difficult? Oh, hell no. No, you if you can press the X button and occasionally press the Y button and solve some puzzles and overcome some challenges, you can beat an Arkham game. But the plot is really what drives it. The plot, the voice acting, the level design, that's what makes an Arkham game an Arkham game. So overall, I don't think it's quite a 9, but it's like an 8.7.
Nice. Okay. That's huge.
It's a really, really good game. And at the current price, you can't beat it. Just buy the Arkham games, buy them and play them.
They're so cheap.
My next review will be
I know the Arkham series is one of Adam's favorites, my brother's favorites.
They are brilliant. Yeah. They're so much fun. The story writing is phenomenal. The voice acting. I mean, it's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. That's can't fantastic. Go except for this one. This is the one that they had different actors, but it didn't matter. Like you still felt like because it's a younger Batman.
Kevin Conroy, is there a way we can like preserve his voice and like
his voice
deep fake it and transpose it over every Batman ever? It's
also deep fake that voice.
Yeah. Also, Mark Hamill is the Joker in my opinion.
I agree.
I get that Heath Ledger is he's great.
Yeah, cool. He's fine.
He's fine. Not Mark Hamill. He is the Joker. Yeah.
If we're gonna talk about that, I've got opinions. I think that Heath Ledger is the only reason that movie is good.
Well, I think we've mentioned this.
But I also don't think he's a good Joker. I think he's the the highlight of that movie, but like that character I feel like is a different character from what the Joker is. You know?
Yeah.
So
it kind of takes it to a different direction. They're trying to appeal to the modern crowd.
Deeper on this subject.
They're trying to appeal to a different crowd, to like more people, not just comic book nerds this time around. So like, I get it. I want a new iteration of Batman already. I'm ready. I just like don't care about.
I just want it to be good though. I don't like.
I know I'm excited for Robert Pattinson as Batman. I'm just gonna be honest. I really think he's gonna do a good job.
Okay, the only reason I'm not annoyed with Robert Pattinson as Batman is because I felt like when they announced Heath Ledger, and I've always been a Heath Ledger fan, but when they announced him as the Joker, I was like, what? And then that movie came out and I was like, God damn, that was awesome. And also he's the only reason that movie's good. I still maintain he's not necessarily
Harvey Dent's good. I don't know what you're talking about. I think
that's fucking terrible.
The girl part
fucking terrible
with Rachel or whatever that needed to be completely removed from the movie. I think that her character was holding the whole series back. Actually, her character.
And I like Maggie Gyllenhaal, but
they switched actresses also from.
Yes, they did. It was supposed to be Katie Holmes.
Was it Oranges? Oranges. Is that Origins? It was called
Batman Begins.
Batman
Begins.
No.
Begins.
Okay, yeah.
No, yes, yeah. I actually really like that one, but the girl
Batman
part,
Begins is pretty good. Batman Begins is a fun Batman movie. I still don't like Christian Bale as Batman, but like it's a fun.
He's cracked.
Movie.
That's the thing. He's like not stable as a person, Christian Bale. So I'm like, he kind of plays a good Batman for that reason. I wish they would do a Batman.
I was fine with him as
like,
Bruce Wayne. I hated him as Batman.
Yeah, and that's part
fair.
Of
actually, I kind of get that.
Trying to find an actor who's both a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman is impossible.
That's why I like Affleck. I never even thought about Affleck's the closest.
Affleck came the closest.
I look at his face and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I look at Ben Affleck
Kevin
and I just
Conroy
see
with
a
the
goofy
voice
idiot.
on the head. Yeah, the Batman animated series Batman is the best iteration.
Well,
of Batman.
he played Batman in the CW Arrowverse, and he
really?
also knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Kevin Conroy is Batman, in as much as Adam West is Batman.
Yeah,
they are the only two people who have ever played Bruce Wayne and Batman successfully.
Yeah, I agree.
Every other actor who's ever done it is one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other.
I will argue, as much as I love Adam West and the whole thing, though. Yeah. That show is not the essence of what Batman is anymore. It's like
correct,
but
Josh.
Establish so much,
right? But it is the essence of what Batman was in the 1950s.
True. We got to give respect to the origins. Yeah,
that is how the Batman. I mean, I can prove it. I can reach behind me into a box and prove it, and that's important. And the same, like Christian Bale, for the time, actually came pretty close.
That's what I was thinking.
As Paul pointed out, he's not perfect, and he's a better Bruce Wayne than Batman.
I think he's fine as Bruce Wayne. I can't stand him.
Right.
Batman. I'll never enjoy him as Batman.
But also, that's how he was written in that time.
Yeah,
that's how Batman was written. Absolutely,
that's how
he was. And that's why Nightwing was much more interesting, and they actually killed off Bruce Wayne. They put him back in time. Whatever, fine. That's why Dick Grayson took over the cowl.
If you send someone back in time, do they just like appear in front of you then? Like, you know how like Captain America in Endgame.
Why are we doing this?
It's like the Captain America in Endgame thing. He walks up 5 seconds later and he's like, I just came back from 40 years of whatever, like, because they still exist in that time.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Anyway,
welcome to Back to the Future.
We're not going to talk about
time
travel. We're not going to talk about time travel.
Oh my god! You want to wrap up this review?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
we're still in the review.
Arkham Origins. Really, I mean, all the Arkham games, as you will hear over my next 3 at least reviews. I'm probably not going to be done with Arkham Knight before my 3rd review comes out in the next few weeks, or few months. But all the Arkham games are really, really fantastic. If you're looking for a really well done Batman story with really good voice acting and really good environments, start from Origins and just play them all through, because it's
start from Origins. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I definitely played the first 2 and they're really amazing. Me and Colin played them when we lived together back in the day. They're super good.
Yeah. I used to play them for my roommate, and like I would get drunk and play Batman, and like Killer Croc would pop out of the water and be like, oh my god, and like spill my drink everywhere. My roommate would get super stressed, and like that was his good stress release, is just watching me freak out when Killer Croc came out of the water.
These are so well done.
Paul was watching when Killer Croc came out.
I did watch the Killer Croc one. Yeah.
When I do,
that was tedious though. Like
that was a very tedious fight, and I will talk about that.
The fight is long.
Right. That's once again. Can you give us the number that you gave it again?
8.7.
8.7. All right, excellent. Let's move on. What do? Let Josh log in. There we go. All right. We have a topic. What were you gonna say, Josh?
I was gonna say that combat style. Did it start with Assassin's Creed, or are there other games that created that style of fighting?
Oh man,
that's the only other game I can correlate this kind of like you're in a swarm of bad guys. They're coming at you like Ip Man style, where it's like one at a time, and you're like, okay, block, counter, like I do all this stuff, and you can do it in succession to all the bad guys. Feels like that was like an Assassin's Creed thing.
I do think so.
I'm trying to think of other
the way
games
of the
too.
Samurai games fight like that. You know, like it's
really
like
clever.
only one
like
person
really cool.
fights you at a same. I love that you said Ip Man style. Like,
yeah,
it's very much like a like a old kung fu movie where like this badass is fighting 20 guys, And
Yeah.
and like in your mind, you're like, this is impossible, but like only one dude's fighting him at a time, and
I
everyone
always
else
tried
is
to
just like
reason with
standing
that.
around like this.
Yeah, I'm getting
shaking
ready.
things.
Shaking.
You know,
really
like,
I'm always thinking it's like a
I have
sense
this
of honor.
screwdriver, but I'm gonna wait to use it. You know,
I always try and reason it, and the only thing I can come up with is it's like honorable if
they're
one
respecting
man
the
like,
1v1, dude.
The
They're
1v1, it's like a
respecting
respect.
the
But
1v1.
there are moments where you get like ganged up, and then he just like busts everyone off or whatever.
Yeah.
It's, like it doesn't even matter.
So the one reference that I'm seeing online in just like a really fast Google search is Assassin's Creed. Rocksteady drew a lot of.
I think it's a really clever combat style that should be replicated in different ways in other games.
Definitely,
I think a first-person version of that would be very interesting to see as well.
Well, it's a story. It's the kind of combat system that you look for in a story-driven combat system.
Yeah, agreed.
When you're trying to drive a story, and really the focus of the game is deep immersion storytelling, which is what I like to stream. That's the kind of combat system we're looking for.
Yeah.
That way I can keep spamming X and spamming Y and still interact with the chat.
It's still fun.
Yeah. Right.
Topic for this week is remaking old games in modern genres.
Ooh,
and this was inspired a lot by mine and Josh's gushing about, hey, we want a new Metroid.
Do we mean in new genres as in like you take an old game and like make it something new, or like you take the old game, make
I think
it
Metroid's a really great example, right? So like so the original Metroid games are, you know, like in the Metroidvania 2D style, right?
Yeah.
And
love it.
You know, they're side scroller fun action games, and then comes along Metroid Prime. And it's a full on first person shooter.
Yeah. And rave reviews immediately. There was literally like nothing negative to say about this game from every hardcore fan on the market. It was like everyone who was a huge Metroid fan was like, this is great. This is a Metroid game.
Well, what they did really right with that game is instead of just making it like a Doom clone or a Halo clone or something, you know, whatever, and just slapping Samus in there, they maintained the structure of like that Metroidvania style, only in a 3D environment, and they did a really fucking awesome job doing that.
It's Metroidvania. They really try to translate the moves as well. So like you do shoot a shit ton. So like in Metroid Prime, you have to like literally shoot a lot, or like you get the upgrades, and then the upgrades are all like perfectly translated. Nothing was like changed to be a 3D version, or like to be like a new thing. It was always like a 3D version of the 2D.
Can you spike ball jump?
Wait, spike ball jump? In the second one, you can. Actually, you can screw attack and all that shit, and wall jump and everything. But like, you can do pretty much. You can like spider ball and everything in the first one. I recommend, if you haven't played it, playing the second one actually, and I don't recommend playing the third one. There was like voice acting and stuff in it, and it was like weird, and the Wii controls, and literally there's a thing. This was crazy. You have to collect these like cores or something like that. Okay, I literally, in order to access the story part, I missed one and literally got locked out of going back and getting it and could not progress in the game. So it's like game breaking, and I was like, it's not even a glitch. It was like just like in the game, and like you just can miss these things that are crucial story elements. I was like, okay, I don't want to play this game again. Like I put like 30 hours into it. I'm not going to beat it ever. So I never beat that game. That's why 4 needs to be 1 again. 4 needs to be like 1, and the 2D's like.
I mean, it's like a Star Wars reboot.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's what the Nintendo is trying to accomplish right now. They're just trying to like reboot all of their franchises in like the old ways, but new.
Yeah, and you have to, because
I think I'm thinking it's going to be a more bare experience that just feels more modern. It's going to like be like, it's gonna feel like Prime. It might even be even more stripped down, honestly, but just so polished. It's probably not going to be more. It's probably going to be more, but like I'm just thinking like it could be very like innocent and bare. Like almost how, not to like, you know, talk about it all the time, but Breath of the Wild, praise upon it, actually. It feels like the original in a lot of ways because it's very bare. You get very few items that you kind of have to figure out how to use. Like, I don't know, Cryos.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways.
Like, do all the stuff with it.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, Breath of the Wild, as much as we've shit on it in certain aspects, is like a remake of the first Zelda game.
It's back to basics in a lot of ways.
And I think that's what resonates with fans so much. And it's like, I think I love this idea, like making old into new, purely for the fact that it hits nostalgia. It lets you feel everything you did in that first experience. And if you do it right, like Link's Awakening, like Pokemon Snap, and a few others like that.
Well, even the fan-made, there's a fan-made Mega Man first-person shooter.
Oh, wow.
That's totally worked. It was, they made it as like a Unreal Tournament style. Where it's PvP.
It wasn't like a platformer?
No, it wasn't.
No.
But it could easily be translated that way.
That's what I would want to see.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
and
so like almost like Mega Man meets Metroid Prime.
Right.
Only instead of being like, Metroidvania it's more like extreme like platform.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I personally
like the original Mega Man games.
I would like to see like a cover-based tactics Mega Man game. It would definitely be in the X timeline because of a more like extreme element. But I would love to see a third-person like Gears-like.
Oh,
Mega Man.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because then you're really focused. You're hyper-focused on what power-ups do I have.
So that would have to be like some kind of like you'd have. You know what would be cool is if they did that. If they took Battle Network in that direction.
Yes.
So like
exactly.
because it couldn't be a mainline Mega Man series.
No,
right? Because that's like such a
be
huge departure from what Mega Man is. But Battle Network, I think it would fit perfectly.
And it didn't like Battle Network didn't work as a platformer,
right?
As we saw as Mega Man NT Warrior or something like. No, that was the anime series. I don't remember what it was called. It was for GameCube, and it was really awkward. It felt like they were trying to do 30XX, 10 years too early.
Yeah. I think that happened a lot during that generation, like GameCube generation in particular, because they had gotten past like the awkwardness of like the bad looking 3D on like Nintendo 64, but they hadn't gotten past some of like the RAM limitations and things like that. And so like I think that a lot of games got too ambitious trying to like embrace this better looking 3D and weren't able to like cover their asses with like quality assurance for the rest of the game. And
it was Mega Man Network transmission is what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Nintendo knocks out of the park on that one too. They decide that circles and pleasant, like smooth objects cut down on like polygon use and like processing and all that, and you can make richer games. Like Mario and other games are just timeless because of their art styles, and like literally don't require like focusing on that. I have always hated super realistic games for this reason, and like just focusing so much on that like graphical prowess.
Well, there's a reason, Josh, that you and I are such giant fans of the Switch and Nintendo properties in general, is because we don't.
Switch too.
We're not.
No, you're not a fan.
Yeah, Paul, I know that, but like Josh and I are
I've got a
notorious fans of mainline Nintendo products.
Yeah. I will always be a fan unless they just drop the ball. Yeah.
Right. Which I mean, so far, yes, I get it, man. But like my point is,
didn't see any of that.
Josh. Here we go. Josh and I just spent
never played
half an hour of the podcast where we probably shouldn't have been raving about Pokemon Snap again.
We talk about Zelda too a lot.
We talk about Zelda all the time. We talk about Mario all the time. Every week we're creaming ourselves over Metroid.
Yeah, we are.
And it's
I'm like harder over Metroid because I feel like it's coming now. Speaking of
I know, right? Like, oh God.
I don't think we're gonna see Metroid this year.
Shit. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this.
Here we go.
But Colin sent me. What did he say? It was a video of Mario. It was like a commercial for something. And it was like, I can't remember exactly, but it involved Mario. And there was the number 4. Every time there was like a number, it was like dropped like a lot in it. And it was like this like 4 minutes something long, or like it was like 44 seconds long or something like that. Like everything was a 4. Colin has to correct me on this, but like they're basically intentionally trying to hint at, look up like Nintendo commercial Metroid 4 leak or like whatever, or like premonition, but they're trying to like subtly hint to fans that Prime 4 is like coming. I'm not even kidding about this. Here, let me read.
No, this is literally everywhere.
This is real. This is a real thing. Nintendo literally created this thing
on the Discord.
Yeah, you guys.
I just did a Google search for
yeah.
Nintendo commercial Metroid 4, and there's a bajillion hits.
Yeah, yeah, and it's weird. It's like a commercial with Mario, and then they're literally dropping hints in there. Like they're doing it. I promise. This is like how Sakurai, he literally was talking about new to come Smash characters in one video. So he's the guy who does Smash Bros. And Waluigi is claimed to never be entering this game. They're saying that. Okay, he literally had a purple chair and a yellow chair right next to each other in the back of his office. You wouldn't normally put chairs over here, it seemed like, but a purple chair and a yellow chair, or whatever, or maybe black and purple. It was whatever two colors Waluigi is, and it was like almost like a shout out to the fans. Like, are you fucking kidding? You're saying he's not going to be in the game, and you're like literally.
I'm not
basically
seeing what you guys are talking about, by the way.
I didn't notice it. Colin had to tell me after. He was like, "Did you notice?" Like, and I was like, "Let me read what he said exactly." Sorry, guys. This is like.
While you're looking that up, let's get back on topic.
Right. So, like, what games would you like to see remade in a modern style? What?
Oh, okay, I got it now. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so it's this weird like questionnaire thing where you have to like it's not a commercial, but it kind of is, and you have to like answer these questions, but like in your head it's just like a video on YouTube. He said, "Did you do it?" This and that, and I got it. Like, didn't do so well, and he was like, "The answer is always 4, Metroid Prime 4. That's what it is." So they're like trying to get 4 in your head. There's like 5 questions, and all the answers are 4. And it's like, why did they make this? Why did they make this at all?
Yeah, that is strange.
It's like so random.
That seems very random. I really doubt we're gonna see Metroid Prime 4 this year. I think maybe next year.
I think we're gonna get dropped on our heads, and I'm gonna say August.
We could. Well, so
maybe tomorrow.
All right, so we know E3 is coming up, right? And I know E3 last year was whack, but sounds like
was there E3 last year?
Not really. And you know, but it sounds like a lot of people are going to do like the online E3 thing this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Nintendo,
well, Sony has already I'm seeing all kinds of leaks from like Sony's got a big thing. Sony's got a big thing. Sony's got a big thing.
Sure. Yeah. And
bullshit. God of War.
Well, yeah.
And there's been
God of War.
I don't know. I just don't get gripped the same way. Something has to like Returnal looks really good. It's very hard for these realistic looking games to grip me, just grab me by the haunches.
Yeah.
No,
I feel you.
Nintendo literally just like shits on the carpet and says, "Look, it's in the shape of a 4. Are you intrigued?" And we're like, "Metroid Prime 4.
Right.
I need this." Like
I just don't think it's coming this year. I think that we're gonna see some Zelda stuff for sure.
A lot of Zelda stuff.
We might get. I mean, if the leaks about like the 2D Metroid are true, cool. Maybe we'll see that. I really just, from what I've heard, Metroid Prime 4 is just nowhere near ready. You know, maybe they'll give us an update. Maybe they'll be like, "Hey, here's an update on it," but it ain't ready.
I think they're gonna literally do either like a day of, or a very like Paper Mario-esque, like 1 month or 2 month ahead release of the side-scrolling Metroid, and in the same, and be like, "We're dropping this game this year. Here it comes." Also, and then dropping the trailer of 4, saying it's coming out next year. It honestly could come in 2023. I could kind of agree. I could also see it coming out this year, but
real quick,
like
let's answer Zach's question on this topic and let's wrap it up because we've gone pretty late. I know we started really late, but we're at the hour mark.
Yeah.
We're right at the hour mark from when we started.
Oh yeah. So. The question was,
what game would you like to see remade in a modern style from Zelda classic games?
All Zeldas, more Zelda games, please.
So more like in the style
all
of
remakes. I wouldn't mind I like the idea of, okay, if you like do it right, like with Metroid, and like give the same assets to it, like transitioning it is literally just have to be loyal to the original script like of the game, and then you can make something beautiful. So I think like it's totally fine to take like Link to the Past and make it a 3D game. Like,
I think you could do that. I think Zelda and Metroid are a really good example of
Mario too.
Wait, well, no, let me just finish because I've got like a point here. So
wrap it home.
I think they're good examples of what to do and what not to do, right?
Yes.
So the example I gave earlier with Metroid Prime, where it's a completely different style of game from the traditional Metroid games, but it maintains what makes a Metroid game a Metroid game.
Yeah.
That is
Completely.
how you do this. That's how you transverse from like, you know, one style to another, right? That's where Breath of the Wild failed. So
it did not maintain its Zelda-ness.
Exactly. You know, it took it into a new genre, which is fine. You know,
totally.
But it didn't need to take it into a new genre, but it did. You know, because we'd already had 3D Zeldas. Whatever. That's besides the point. But it didn't retain what like makes a Zelda game, and that's where I think it fails. Not as a game, not as it is a good game. It's just not a good Zelda game.
It's like Mario felt like Mario in Odyssey.
Yeah.
You're just like, this just is Mario.
Yeah.
I would really like to see more brawler style games come up. And I would like to see 3D brawlers. I think that's something that's never really been done very well. They've tried. There's a couple Ninja Turtles games on the GameCube that are ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know one.
Yeah, they're just not very good. I think they were multi-platform, but it doesn't matter. Like I think that you can do a 3D brawler well, and I just don't think many people have done it. I think there's elements that they've done in games, like in the Batman games or like in the Yakuza games, you know, but like they haven't really nailed that like awesome arcade like beat 'em up feel that you get when you play Streets of Rage 4 or you know whatever in a 3D environment. And I think it can be done, and I think it should be done.
Prime candidate for remake. What would it be in that genre?
I mean, you pick your favorite. I would love a Ninja Turtles
River City Ransom,
right? I was thinking River City Ransom as well. But if you really think about it, that's what the Yakuza games are. The Yakuza games are River City Ransom in 3D.
But think about it. It could be like a linear pathway even, or maybe some wiggle room on the sides, and you're literally just shredding like motherfuckers. And it could use that same like Batman style mechanic where it's like block, like attack, special, like whatever, do this. Just keep plowing through bad guys, Dynasty Warrior style, like fuck it. Like, damn, that sounds good. That would be a cool game in first person as well, but also like probably sloppy as fuck. I don't know how you do that. Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's
cool.
It for me. That's a good genre that needs to be. I'm for it. Anytime you transition it, the key is literally just like staying true to the original. And if you can do that and make it feel like it's the game, you know, then
it's admittedly tough to do. Like, look how many times they've tried to change up Sonic.
Oh my God, what have they done?
You can't do it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are really good.
I think Sonic Adventure 2 is really good.
I think they're really good games. They're really good Sonic games, and I think they kind of tried to recreate those with the later Sonic games and just did a real shit job. Yeah. You know?
Well,
they just can't do it sometimes. Yeah.
The Sonic idea translated so well to the medium of comic books, but it translated so doo-doo butts to almost anything else.
I mean, arguably, it's not even good to begin with. Like,
I honestly think that Sonic is off-brand Mario. Like, Sonic is cool.
I wouldn't say that, but like
it's
the whole
off-brand fast Mario.
Well,
yeah,
you guys are missing.
He's roller coastering instead of jumping onto things.
Sure,
right.
Yeah.
So the main problem that I have with Sonic games is the design philosophy behind the levels is contradictory to the design philosophy behind the character.
Yes.
That's what fucks me up every time I play those games.
So the design philosophy behind the character is to go fast and don't stop, whereas the design philosophy behind the level is to like meticulously look stop you from going fast and like meticulously look at the level and find your best path. But like that's contradictory to that continuous.
I don't see a way for those games to like be super duper enjoyable unless you know the level really well. Like if you're a speedrunner, you're probably a god, but it's still like, wouldn't you rather just like go as fast? For me, like when I get a platformer down, like Donkey Kong, I want to just go as fast as possible and like crush it. And I like am sure of myself in the levels. With Sonic, I've never been able to grasp that ever.
That's what I liked about Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah,
because playing as Knuckles, you could play it more like because you could climb stuff and you could glide, and so like it felt more like a platformer adventure game than like this weird arcadey like let's go fast, but like not.
That's why my friends and I have always viewed Sonic 3 and Knuckles as the best Sonic experience.
It is. It by far is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's wrap this up, boys. If you're watching the show right now on the YouTubes, or I mean on the Twitch, you're on my channel, on my Twitch channel, and I do, dude. I'm so tired.
I'm dead.
Sorry, guys.
I think it's all good. I do video games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Starting at around 5:30ish Central Time. I got a new show coming, starring my brother, called Brawler Bros. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna play brawler games. That's gonna be on Wednesday nights, I believe. And I believe our first one is going to be this Wednesday. Really excited about that. And then Saturdays we do Samurai Saturdays. And then of course the podcast here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please share this with your homies. That's all we ask. Like and comment all you like, and we'll respond in kind, and we really appreciate that. But the more you share it, is that's really where it helps us out. So do that, please. And that's it for me. Unless you want to yell at me on Twitter, Ryugami-sama, you could do that.
Only yell on Twitter.
Josh, where can we find you, my guy?
I am on Lord Yeshua and Lord Yeshua TTV hey, now there's people in the chat. Lord Yeshua TTV on all of my channel, other things like Instagram and shit. I forgot what I was saying. Socials, yes. Yeah, we canceled our stream tonight, so we're not gonna be streaming after the podcast. I was texting him during the thing. Boo. I am just too tired, I think.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I'm pretty sure. So Mario Galaxies, we're not so sure how they're gonna work, but we're probably gonna do Banjo-Tooie again soon because we actually really enjoyed ourselves.
Nice.
Come
ukulele win.
Get
Colin to play ukulele.
It's like, well, here's the thing. Banjo-Tooie is like, most people are like, it's good when you get into it. Like, just give it a chance. Ukulele, everyone's like, it's just bad.
It's just
no
ass.
One's like, this is
ass the whole way through.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like a 4 at best.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wild.
Paul's like, I gotta go to bed.
So tired.
And I'm live at another letdown Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. Thursday I will be playing Batman Arkham Knight. Friday Tabletop Simulator, we will be playing either Cthulhu Death May Die or Mansions of Madness. We had a lot of fun with that last time. It's gonna be very good. And then Saturday again with Paul's brother Adam, painting miniatures. And then you can find me on Twitter at DENONCZD. And all my stream archives are at youtube.com/another letdown CF.
Excellent. Everyone have an awesome night. We'll see you guys next week.
Good night, everybody.
Sooner. Good night.
See ya.